Fans of the Kardashians remember that Rob Kardashian used to be a regular presence on the family's reality show back when it was on E! However, that was a long time ago. Hello, my fam. It is Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer and Kardashian connoisseur. I am an expert on the K universe. There's so many of them. Now, Rob no longer films for his family's show, which currently airs in a different form on Hulu, but every once in a while he'll pop in and make a cameo. And he just sat down for an interview with his sister. It is meaningful, though, because this is the first time that Rob has answered questions from anybody about things we want to know about in years. I can't even remember the last time he gave an interview. The 38-year-old father of Dream Kardashian hasn't just taken a step back from reality television, he is barely even active on social media as well. But today, he appeared on his sister Khloe's podcast, Khloe in Wonderland. ... He appeared virtually. Khloe called Rob to answer some questions, and I'll take it, including why he doesn't film with the family much anymore. The topic came up when Rob mentioned that people believe he still lives with Khloe because he doesn't film a lot, so they don't see what really goes on in his life anymore. Obviously, that led Khloe to ask why he doesn't really film anymore, why he doesn't want to be on the show, because fans think that there was some kind of falling out between him and his sisters. According to Rob, quote, "There's definitely nothing wrong between any of us." Not always. Rob, however, explains keeping his distance from the TV cameras is all about his insecurities. Rob has been open about... Rob struggled with his body image issues for a long time, but we now have, prescription medication that can help with that. There's no shame in that, Robert. I mean, do or don't do what you want for you, but if I've tried and tried and tried, I think, one of the many options out there now might be really good for him. Rob explains, quote, "I don't want to be filming and putting myself in a position where I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable in my skin. So why would I want to go be on camera and just be vulnerable and let people in when I'm not? That's not what I want to do." Respect. He found out the hard way that celebrity, being famous, is not for everybody. It's definitely for Kim. It's also not so much so for Kourtney. She doesn't love it. She's on the Rob side. Kim loves it. Khloe, actually, the only two that really love it are Kim and Kris, the masterminds. Even Kendall and Kylie are not as all over the place as they used to be. They've scaled back big time. Khloe acknowledged that Rob can be very vulnerable and thinks people will respect that. To which Rob replied, "I mean, that's just how I've been. I'm not gonna just put myself out there if I'm not comfortable with myself. I haven't been comfortable with myself in years. And also filming and doing all that, it's just not for everybody, as I said." So, rightfully so, Rob chose what's right for him. Especially because he doesn't have to work. Mom takes care of everything. And can you blame her? I'm sure that mom just wants her son to be happy and not depressed, or worse, struggling with this or that, whatever this or that could be. Rob says, "I choose my own happiness and peace rather than just filming for somebody who doesn't do anything for me in my personal life, meaning the audience watching. However, Rob is not against continuing to film in the future or keeping up with the smaller appearances that he has been making here and there. He says, I love filming if it's positive and if it's like natural and I'm feeling good about myself. Then of course, and I'm comfortable. But of course, I like being around my family. So that stuff is good to me. I mean, of course I would film. Obviously I have nothing against it. The reason I don't is because I'm a homebody. And I just choose, like I said, my peace and happiness rather than just like filming for, I don't know. Well, he doesn't need to say it because I just did. He doesn't need to film for money. He doesn't have to worry about money. He's blessed. Blessed. And speaking of the Kardashians and the Jenners, there's an update on a story that I shared with you all earlier this week. Remember how Brody Jenner got married over the weekend and his sisters Kendall and Kylie were not there? They were invited, but initial reports claimed that Kendall and Kylie thought their presence would be too much of a distraction. They're such big stars, they would pull focus away from the bride and the groom. However, a new report is sharing different information than that. The latest that we're hearing is, quote, Brody personally invited Kylie and Kendall more than a few months back. The official line is that both girls already had other commitments. So unfortunately, they were not able to attend. They both attended the wedding of non-relative, not a family member, Jeff Bezos. That's clearly more of a priority to them than their brother's wedding, even if he's not that close. Jeff Bezos is not closer to Kendall and Kylie Jenner than Brody. A family insider reveals that Brody's mother, Linda, quote, is quite a character and has a lot to say about Kris Jenner, and vice versa. It was fireworks for a few years, and that drama did carry through into the kids. So, the decision for Kendall and Kylie not to attend the wedding comes down to bad blood between the families. Something that's been going on for a long time now. And an insider insists that Kendall and Kylie's presence at Brody's wedding was, quote, not a priority for them. Duh. A separate insider adds more reasoning, saying Kylie has admitted to friends she just feels like a stranger in the Jenner family unit. She has nothing in common with them. She feels her place is as part of the Kardashians. And also, Brody is not a fan of the Kardashians, especially Kris. Quote, he's never gotten over it, the drama from the past. And so when the siblings were trying to build relationships, Brody would often fall back into this narrative of blaming Kris for everything. Wah wah. I don't know. Kris is not perfect, but I think she's a good person. I really do. I know her very well, and she is genuinely kind and smart and a hustler. I respect all of that. And I respect Rob for making the decisions that he thinks will be best for him and his daughter. Honestly, being really, really rich is better than being medium rich and very famous. Money over fame any day. Lots to chew on. Let's discuss everything in the comments section.